What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today I'll be talking about Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. So Glass Onion is directed by Rian Johnson and stars Daniel Craig, Edward Norton, and Dave Bautista. And Glass Onion is about Edward Norton's character gets a bunch of his former friends and invites them to a tropical island to play a murder mystery game that twists and turns the wrong way. So let's talk about if Glass Onion is good. So unfortunately, when I watched Glass Onion, I didn't like it at all. So Glass Onion is the sequel to Knives Out and is another murder mystery under the helm of Rian Johnson. And for me, I felt like everything that Rian Johnson is known for doing in Hollywood, he just absolutely poured it on the screen, and everything bad was within the screenplay, was in the direction, was in the writing, and it was everywhere to be seen in Glass Onion. So for me, personally, when I was watching Glass Onion, I was ready and excited for another mystery, a whodunit from Rian Johnson. And did I get it? Sort of, but it just took way too long to get. So for me personally, I think the first half of this film is very aggravating. It's really boring. It's really prolonging what it needs to do. And the second half gets a little bit better, but I still think there's certain things that Rian Johnson does in his script that for me personally, I just couldn't stand. He just tries to do something unique with the whodunit. You know, if you look at Knives Out was a very straightforward film in regards to the whodunit, and he was trying to just push something further in Glass Onion that I just saw right through, and I didn't really, it didn't really connect with me. So Glass Onion for me has a good cast. Obviously, like I said before, Edward Norton is in this. He's been in multiple good films. Dave Bautista, who is personally to me a fan favorite. I am a big fan of Dave Bautista. And Daniel Craig who still steals the show like he did in Knives Out. But even with his weird southern accent, he couldn't save this movie for me. Which is unfortunate because I think Daniel Craig was really excellent in this film. He was still really a fun presence, but everyone else was just an absolute bore. All the other characters I had absolutely zero interest in, and I really didn't care about any of the other characters besides Daniel Craig, and I was just really, at the end of the day, begging for this film to end. So for me, what am I going to give Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery? Unfortunately, I'm going to give it a thumbs down. So yeah, unfortunately, I really didn't like this movie. I felt that with it being a Netflix movie, it was exactly what it was advertised to be. A Netflix version of Knives Out. And for me, I don't necessarily like to compare movies to other movies, but in this aspect, since it's a Knives Out sequel, you kind of have to compare it to Knives Out. And for me, I think what Glass Onion does, it is just a extremely lesser version than Knives Out. And for me, unfortunately, I think it's because it's kind of got that Netflix vibe. And for me, there's really not a lot of movies on Netflix out there that are produced by Netflix, that are made specifically for Netflix, that I actually do enjoy. So for me, it was kind of already a recipe for disaster. I think Rian Johnson also can be a good filmmaker. He just does certain things that either make his movies either really fun and entertaining, or he does certain things that make his movies absolutely horrendous, like Star Wars The Last Jedi, and certain things in Looper that I just felt why? So for me, I felt this entire movie was just like, why? So that's my thoughts. But before I go, I did want to shout out the character in this movie that was named Whiskey. If you have seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. You catch my drift, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Plus, her name was Whiskey. I wish I was consuming whiskey while I was watching this movie, so I don't have to remember my time. But yeah, that'll do it for this review. That's my thoughts on Glass Onions. If you guys have seen it, let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested because this is kind of a movie where, I really disliked. I want to see if other people either liked it, thought it was okay, or didn't like it like I did. But other than that, if you like this, please leave a like button. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. But till then, I'll see you next time. Peace!